It's the freedom and walking around, being safe, that's huge. And the beauty of, you just got such a beautiful, clean environment. And it's just, to see my children getting on a bike or getting on the buses and going up to the beach and meeting their friends and just enjoying life, as well as also, at school, having so many friends. And it's just lovely. It's a second chance at, living again. And it's just fabulous. And the Australians are just beautiful people. They really are. They've got such huge hearts, lovely community spirit. And we definitely don't regret any sort of part of getting over here. It was tough, but we made it and we love it. We really do.
I'm Dr. Chamonix Blanche, ex-corporate and academical, turned CEO and board member of several companies and mother of 4 little extraordinary kids. But it wasn't that long ago that I lacked the confidence, the know-how, and the time to focus on designing and really going after the life that I so wanted to live. A life of freedom, of fairness, and of being fair dinkum to who I really was and what I wanted to get out of this fleeting time that we have on Mother Earth. Fast forward to many lessons learned and moving halfway around the world to the most amazing country, you'll see the life that I now live. One that gives me more safety and freedom than I ever thought would be possible, and that really only existed as a daydream while I was living in South Africa. I created Chamonix TV to give you true spot advice on how you can also live a life in this amazing country, and so that you can see how another couple like us now live in Australia with 4 little kids here in Down Under. And I'll be providing you with step-by-step strategies so that you can make your Aussie dream a reality too. If you're a keen future Aussie who's looking to create a life that excites you and offers you safety, freedom, and opportunity, you have come to the right place, my friend. Welcome aboard.
Hi, Melanie. How are you going all the way from the sunny coast?
Oh, absolutely loving it here in the Sunshine Coast. I don't think we could have ended up in a better position than here. Absolutely.
I have to agree. That's probably one of my favorite spots in the whole of Australia. And I've been fortunate enough to have gone right around Australia in a motorhome. So I have literally seen the spots.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful there. Tell our viewers a little bit about the Sunshine Coast. Because if you hear the word Sunshine Coast, it doesn't sound like a town. How would you explain that whole, because it's like a strip that never ends almost.
Yes. So it's absolutely gorgeous in terms of just the beauty of the place, the beaches, the little strip. It's a very much slowed down pace compared to the Gold Coast, because we also looked at the Gold Coast. And Sunshine Coast is just so laid back. Even the little roads here, you've got little traffic circles that really is the most sort of complex things that we need to use here, and no 6 or 7 lane highways. It's just a really beautiful little coastal town. And we're in a beautiful little suburb of Peregian Springs. That's a beautiful little community. And then we go right up to Noosa, which is like an international holiday destination for many tourists. It's really stunning. All I can say is it's like a little community. The kids get on the bus hop to go and visit their friends and meet up on the beach, and it's just stunning.
It is beautiful. And it's called Sunshine Coast, but it's like, it's almost the way I see it, like just suburbs attached to each other that keeps going.
Yes, correct.
You could just as well say it's like a city.
Yes, it is actually, yes.
Continuous,
Yes, and it's all alongside like the one road that goes and connects everything's David Low Way, and you just ride along David Low Way, and you've got the most beautiful view of the sea as you're going into work and coming back from work, and it's beautiful, from one little town to the next, to the next, to the next.
Gorgeous. So how did you guys, when did you come over, and how did you decide on moving or settling in the Sunshine Coast?
All right. So what happened with us is we came over in 2015, and we first started in Perth with our in-laws who moved over a few years before. And we did it the hard way. We came in on student visas.
I know, I came that way.
I tell you, and basically by the time when we left South Africa, we basically left with just the clothes in our suitcases and didn't even know where we were coming in Australia, where we were going to, what was going to happen. But we just knew we had to give our kids a better sort of life going forward. And that's basically what happened. We applied, for our student visas. And, from the moment, funny enough, when we were in South Africa, there were so many doors closing in our face. We just couldn't go forward anymore. And, I think part of this journey is your faith, and that pulled us through most of the time. In fact, all of the time, I've got to say. But from closed doors in South Africa and nothing working till eventually we decided, okay, let's try Australia. And it's just because Rob, my husband's parents, were there and his sister. And we've got help getting there, so let's try that. And I tell you, from the time of him getting his student visa, which was in the May, to us all leaving, which was me and my two children in the end of September, he made up his mind, November, we're going to do this thing. He got everything sorted and got into TAFE and everything for, by May, he had to be out of South Africa. And basically for us, it all happened and pulled through for September. And I mean, from closed doors to just doors opening, we knew we were on the right track. Didn't know where we were going, what was going to happen, but we knew we were on the right track.
But you moved in faith, essentially.
That's all we could do. And that's exactly what we did do. And wow, it's been a journey like you can't believe. And then obviously, so we started in Perth. And we came in under the skilled visa, so we had to get all these points together and gathered that. And Rob went back to TAFE, and he had to go and study all and become sort of qualified in building and get his diplomas. And as we were doing that, the building, his career, his sort of speciality was falling off of all the international visa, the skills list.
The list, yes.
So then we decided, okay, fine, we'll have to move to Queensland because it was fine. That skill was sitting in Queensland. And funny enough, he managed to get a job. So we all moved over in 2017, December. Decided, okay, we're going to make it. We've been in Perth for 2 years. It was good in Perth. It was really great. And then anyway, came to Queensland. So he had a job. I think we got here in, like I said, the December. Kids, we knew we would get them into school and we'd just start over again, which we did. And the next thing in the January, he was retrenched from his job. Kids couldn't get into the school because we were on international student visas and it was going to cost 3 or 4 times the amount to sort the kiddies out. And his skill fell off the skills list again. So yeah, we are sitting in Queensland with just about no hope. We didn't know what to do, but we just knew we had to scrape ourselves up off the ground again and just keeping on, and also all the language tests, you have to do the English tests and all of that. So we got him enrolled into into TAFE. We had to because we were on the student visas and that was a condition of that. So we still just had to do that. The kids, I decided, well, there's nothing else. I'll have to homeschool them. So I decided I'd be homeschooling them. I've never taught kids in my life before, but anyway, we were going to do that. And the skills, we decided we'd have a look at something else that he could possibly look at going into. And that was how our journey started in Queensland. We basically got our application in for permanent residence a day before he turned 45. So
wow.
So close.
And the important thing here to mention is for our viewers is that your age is determined by the day that you submit your application, not the day that your application is approved, because your application might sit in the waiting list for 2 years.
Yes.
And so they don't judge you by the end of that 2 years, they judge you by the day that you submit. Yeah.
Correct.
Wow.
Because you know how you have to reinvent yourself and start from scratch. And I didn't know really, I was in aged care, and at that stage as well, I was pretty sickly. I had asthma. And I just thought, I can't, I'm getting sick and I'm catching, all of these bugs at the end of the day, and it's just not good for me. So then I decided, and where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And towards the end of last year, I decided to do a property course and got into property management and just rebirthed completely. And so that's where I am now, doing property management. But, you know, that's also what I love about Australia, because that's also what Australians do. You know, they're not hell-bent on what career they've been trained up in, and that's what they're going to do the rest of their lives, and that's what they end up doing, and it carries on. You know, if something hits, and that's the resilience of Australians I love, if something hits, they get re-educated, and they'll go become a barista, or they'll go and become an aged care specialist, and, you know, you find obviously top CEOs of companies doing that, you know, deciding, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to go and quickly go get a certificate, go and quickly learn the trade, and then I will head out into another direction.
And that's the beauty, as you say, about Australia, because here you can
Yes.
go and try something else. And
Absolutely.
the support that you get to go and study is incredible. The support that you get from the community around you when you tell people, you know, I'm going to change my career. People go, awesome. So what was your career in South Africa, did you say?
So actually in South Africa, I ran a company doing oxygen therapy. So we put oxygen machines into people's homes, and I always was, you know, into medical and with patients and things like that. So I did that, a lot of that. And then when I came to Australia, I decided I would do a course in aged care because the goal was really just to get qualified and then get into earning some money. And that was what I did. So I went into aged care.
Because aged care, just for the viewers, is an area of desperate need in Australia. So there are many jobs.
Huge, yes, many jobs. And also a lovely, a very, very fulfilling career as well. So basically, and that was lovely. I enjoyed it, and the hours that you could work and the shifts, because you could then position that around your children. So that suited me really perfectly.
So do you have permanent residence? Do you have citizenship now?
Yes. So what happened was, then we put in and we got our permanent residence. And this year in January, we went for our Australian citizenship test.
Yay.
So that's all there. So now we're just waiting for our ceremony, and then basically then it'll be all done and dusted.
How exciting. Wow.
Hugely so, I tell you.
Do the kids think they're Australian? Do they even remember South African? Sorry, how old are they?
So little Rob, he's 11, and he left when he was 5. So he's been in Australia longer than he was in South Africa. There's certain things he does remember, I think, you know, as it goes on, he kind of forgets a little bit more. Jess, she's going to be 15 this year, so she does remember a lot more. But I would say that they're more sort of Aussie-fied than anyone else. And I mean, it was amazing because they got here, and about 3 or 4 months later, they could already speak Australian. You know, they were coming back from the school with all their little Aussie accents and what have you, which was really cute.
Oh, that's lovely. And what do you think, Melanie, what's been the best thing so far for you about living in Australia?
You know, I think for me, it's the freedom and walking around, being safe. That's huge. And the beauty of, you just got such a beautiful, clean environment. And it's just, you know, to see my children getting on a bike or getting on the buses and going up to the beach and meeting their friends, and just enjoying life, as well as also, you know, at school, having so many friends. And it's just lovely. It's a second chance at, you know, living again. And it's just fabulous. And the Australians are just beautiful people. They really are. They've got such huge hearts, lovely community spirit. And you know what, we definitely don't regret any sort of part of getting over here. It was tough, but we made it, and we love it. We really do.
I have to take my hats off for you guys at the age of...
Yes, so I'm 48 now.
So 43 you were when you came over as international students. That takes immense guts. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing those encouraging moments with our viewers, because wow, as I said, it's not in everybody's bones to take that leap, and it's literally a leap of faith. And sometimes, you know what, you got to just take that. Close your eyes and jump.
And just do it. That's exactly it. And I highly recommend that for anybody that just wants a change of life, a change of pace and what have you. It is tough, but I tell you, you know, if you don't live on the edge, you don't test your faith either, and you don't know what's possible. And that was what we found out.
And if you really want to come to Australia, I believe that there is a way that you can do it, legitimate way, because I've had people say in the past, Chamonix, how can you say I mean it legitimately?
Absolutely. And honestly too, because we had literally no money when we got here, honestly. And so, you know, like a lot of people say, you've got to have tons of money, you've got to have this, you've got to have that. We didn't. We just had faith, and we just said, we're just going to do this. We're going to do it.
We're going to make it work.
Go for it. Yeah, we'll make a plan. We'll make it work. And it did, thankfully.
Love it so much. Thank you so much. And well done on you guys for you know, being so gutsy and for doing that for your children. And I'm so excited for you about getting that blue book.
Oh, can't wait. Absolutely can't
Australian
wait.
passport one day, and that'll be your passport to the rest of the world for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. So thank you, and thank you for doing this series. It's wonderful. I think it's absolutely amazing that people can share this and maybe give some hope to somebody else.
Thank you so much. And it's people like you who are prepared to share and give that little bit of courage, hopefully, to some of our viewers to also come and live a life of freedom, fairness, and opportunity.
Correct. Absolutely. Wonderful.
Thanks, Melanie. Enjoy your evening. We'll talk soon again.
Take care. Hey.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you had fun, please remember to hit that subscribe button, and then it'll make sure that you never miss a thing. I'll see you same time and same place next week. Bye for now.